Any last thoughts that you'd like to leave our students with?
Well, it's just like I said, stick to your principles, because without those you are nothing. And make sure that you have an open mind, that when someone comes forth and tries to change it, you are open to that and at least listen to it. You may not agree with it, but at least listen to it. And sometimes you will change your mind, because we've all done that. Every one of us has been in public office to change your mind. But if you make a commitment to anyone, this is something that's the cardinal sin up in Salem. If you make a commitment, let's say I committed to you, I'm going to vote a certain way on an issue.
Sure.
And then somebody comes over here, he comes over here and says, oh, by the way, did you know that da-da-da-da-da? Then that changes the whole bill. Now you'll be the first to know it. I won't roll you, or what they call low bridge you. So it's a real simple process, in my opinion. And it reminds me kind of like, I've always wondered what it'd be like in the middle of a tornado. You know, it's got to be, air in there, but everything's whirling around at a fast pace. You're picking stuff out every day. You're picking information out, because when any given day you can talk about DMV, you can talk about wildlife, you can talk about DHS issues, you can talk about coastal fish issues, you can talk about 15, 20 different issues, and you have to adjust to each and every one of those. And so it's pulling information out. Then you walk through the tornado, then the next day you walk back into it and start over again. It's a fast learning process, and if you're not a fast learner, you'll never make it up there. But it's fun.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say in closing, thanks for listening, to us prattle on for, an hour and a half or so. Because obviously we both like to talk. But
we're elected.
We're politicians. That's what we do. My hope is that you'll be engaged and stay engaged, and push your engagement as far as you possibly can. There's too few people involved in politics, really, and it's amazing to me how things happen in the state. A state as small as Oregon, we're a small state. And it can literally be 5 or 6 people get an idea, and we push it through because we got this idea and we figure out how to make the process work and get it through. Good idea, bad idea, the people will be the judge. The problem is, though, that as people lose faith in politics, which is easy to do, the way the media covers politics, I don't blame the media, because politicians don't exactly always present themselves the best possible way. But the more cynical we get as a population, the more we buy into the idea that we can't change anything. I think we perpetuate a cycle where things just get worse. The reason why we're 47th in the country in education funding, and your generation is screwed compared to my generation in terms of the opportunities, is because we have allowed that to happen over time. And the only way to change it is if we decide that we are going to make a change. And that's going to take a huge effort. Sal's talking about how difficult it was even just coming up with a theory of what a revenue change would be like for the state of Oregon. That has to happen. We have to figure out as a state how we're going to change the way we collect revenue. And that means that, some it's going to pay a little more in taxes, some it's going to pay a little less in taxes, but we got to change it because it's not working. We're 47th in the country in funding higher education. It's not working. And that's only going to happen if everybody is part of that discussion to make something important change. So don't get cynical. Please don't get cynical more than you already are. Try to find a way in. If you're passionate about a subject, any subject you're passionate about, in a state the size of Oregon, there's a path for you. If you're passionate about environmental issues, there's a path for you to be active. If you're passionate about workplace issues, if you're passionate about education issues, there's a path to get involved. So step into it. No one, besides, I guess he got appointed because he threw his name in the hat. No one begged me to run for office. I ran for office because I said, damn it, I can't stand the way things are. I want to try to change it. No one's going to come to you and say, look, would you please get involved? No one's going to do that. You got to say, I'm willing to step forward. I'm going to find the path. Once you make that step, you'll find the way to get something done.
Peter Buckley, Sal Esquivel, thank you for your time. I'm sure my class